Hi all and welcome into this iRacing Hot Lap. We are in the Skip Barber here at VIR. Not my strongest circuit, so I apologise for the delayedness of this video. But we managed to get the lap time down to a 2:10.5, so I'm pretty happy with that. I just wanted to run through in this video how I did it, things I learnt through the bends. As I say, I'd love to have been stronger at this track and got the video up earlier. But those two things didn't come together, I'm afraid. Right, so in the first part of the video, I'll let you watch the cockpit cam, uninterrupted of overlays, and just so you can get a feel for the lap. After that, we'll go through bend by bend together, talk through the apexes, braking points, and how the feeling of the car feels on each bend. And then afterwards, we'll just run through together in a one-take far chase cam, just so we can make sure I've got everything covered and you can get a feel for where those lines were from a zoomed out perspective. Okay, I'll let you watch the hot lap. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, as you can see, it's quite a long technical lap, so I'm pleased I actually managed to get a lap time. So the lap time we hit here is a 2:10.552. So let's just run through now, bend by bend. Just you can see my throttle, brake, and any blips and steering input here on this graph. You'll be able to see my speed and my gear, and I'll try and talk about how to stay stable. Here, usually it's all about me talking about lap time, but here you want to keep it on the tarmac. You do not want to get onto the grass. And so we'll just run through it and see how that works out. Okay, so coming down to this bend, you want to be staying left. And about the two, so look, oh no, just before the two board here, I'm obviously feeling really nervous at this. And this one, I start easing down on the third, getting quite heavy down to the second gear. So we're looking at about 50-60% brake. Turning quite late, so we are past the one board. As we're approaching this arrow cone on the left, we start out turning in. We're aiming to get to the apex and down to second gear. And I like to keep, as you can see, I've got a little bit of throttle. I'm modulating the brakes. I want to find the perfect balance between the two pedals through this. Easy on exit. And then as soon as we can, let's have a look at the throttle map. Right, so we do chew a bit of grass here, but we need to get the car to the inside on exit so we can open her up. Alright, 100% throttle. And I actually managed to hold the inside quite nicely here, which opens up the next bend. The next bend here, as far as visual cues, you're going to be holding it flat, but you want to keep the car stable. You don't need to turn too much. I don't actually go for the apex here. You can, but you don't want to unsettle the car. It's all about the next bend. So I let the car slide out, and you can see the tarmac colour here. So I'm looking for that as my cue. And I think I actually missed the apex here, but I'm easy on the brakes. As you can see, I think the initial jab is about 40%. I ease back down into the 20s, and as soon as I get the rear grip, I'm back full on throttle. I do actually have, you can see here, a bit of a confidence lift. Perhaps I could have been quicker, but I didn't feel the car was going to slide out enough, so I did a quick confidence lift, back down on the throttle, and I actually do catch it quite close to the curb, so perhaps that was wise anyway. Stay right for this bend. Brake-wise, quite weak. I think we never really get above 30% here, and you want to chew as much apex as possible here. There you go, and it's all about opening up this next bend, so let's just watch that back again. So as far as braking markers, braking cues is difficult for this one. Trial and error. Basically, you want to hit that apex. That's quite the easiest thing to line up and do. And you want to take about 30% brake, and as soon as you get to the apex, off the brake, back down the throttle, 100%, and we get left here as much as you can. Open up the next one. We're going to want to hold this one flat. Looks like I also do a confidence lift here, but only this time went down into the 80s. So let's just watch that back. There you go. A little confidence lift. Trying to keep steering input nice. Right, flat through this one. Flat through this one. Flat through this one. Right, let's just pause and rewind. Basically, you want to straight line these. The aim is to get your tyre over part of the curb and turn this S section into a straight line. So, we enter here, full. Grab some curb. We grab some curb on the left. We grab a little bit curb on the right. We grab curb on the left. Stay nice and flat. It's easy once you practice. Flat for this whole section here. Make sure you get some curb here and over to the left. Ease over to the right, flat. Over to the left, nice and flat. Over to the right, nice and flat, but be careful on this right. So let's just watch that back again, the second set of S's. I'm trying to turn it into a nice straight line. Okay, so this bend, you want to keep it right, but you do not want to scrub. You do not want to turn too much. You don't want too much of anything for this section because the rears can be lost. There's a uphill camber and you need to be over to the right. So be careful here in the race, especially if you've got some toe. It's maybe worth just a confidence lift on the throttle and be easy with your steering input. Okay, so I get over to the right. As you can see there, I do actually, when I come over the bump, you can see a bit of steering input. I get a bit too much steering. Okay, I did a quick jab on the brakes here, 30% for a split second, and then I'm back on the throttle. Once again, it seems I'm doing another confidence lift. I did warn you I'm not 100% here, so these confidence lifts are giving me the confidence to push. So let's look at that again. So let's get back to the braking point. A quick stab on the brakes just to reduce a bit of pace. Rears kick out, and there you go, we're flat on the throttle. Over to the left. About the two board here, you're going to be looking to brake. Once again, 50-60% is your ideal, but you can ease up and just modulate. You want to get a little bit more apex here than I do. I think I remember, yeah. But it's not very important. The only thing that's important is the oak tree turning. You want to keep the car balanced through here, take off a bit of pace, head over to the left, and it's all about the exit of the oak tree because we've got another long straight. So I try and keep the car nice and stable, predictable. I'm off the throttle for the whole section here. I do a little bit of a throttle down in between, so I'm nice and stable here. Flat throttle, I lift, I stay lifted, I stay lifted, I stay lifted, flat on the throttle. I think, as you can see, there is a little bit of trail braking, a little bit of braking, because I don't care how much time I lose between these two apexes. I care about the exit of the oak tree. So let's watch that one more time. So, two board braking, nice and soft. Modulate between the two pedals here. A little stab of accelerator. Keep it straight, keep it. And then flat throttle on the apex. Okay, full throttle for a while down here. It's a long straight. There's actually some numbers that come up on the left. You can just ignore those. Keep it nice and straight. Start heading over to the right. And about the turning board, after the one, we are going to do a little braking. a downshift. This is really just for confidence and control. I'm not saying this is the optimal line. So at the turning board, let's see that again. Some brakes, quite heavy, 40, then that down again. And here, once again, much like the oak tree turning, this right-hand turn is much more important than the setup of the left. So think of it this way. This left apex, you want to get the car straight and controlled, ready for the right-hand turn. We want to keep it left, so we open up the right-hand turn, and the right-hand turn is so much more important than the left. So turn in, bit of brake, get the car nice and straight, get it as left as you can, ready for this right-hand turn. Once again, we are just going to be off throttle and modulate the brakes to hit this apex hard and get over to the right as far possible and full on the throttle. We hold the throttle full here, slight lift I see there down into the 90%. Here, I'm sure guys are quicker here. I lift the throttle. I just want to control the rear end, so I'm about 50% throttle through this section, aiming to hit this apex, let the car slide out wide, and then we're flat. So let's just watch that last section again. Okay. The aim here, I lift 50% throttle, touch the apex, touch this apex, and as soon as the car's under control, flat on the throttle, stay right here, open the car up, and smile, because you just did a lap of VIR, and I'm hoping the guide helped and brings you into the lap times I found. There you go. So that was a 2:10.552. What we'll do now is I'll punch the car out. We'll do a far chase cam. There'll be no pausing and rewinding. I'll just talk through it in real time, and hopefully we can get the most out of it. I'll be right back. Okay, let's run through the lap now. So, as I say, keep it left here, just before the two board, in between the 3 and the 2 board. Medium brakes. We're looking to get all over this apex. Keep it nice and steady. Open the throttle up. Flat on the throttle. Easy bend here. Just don't scrub off any speed. Keep it right. Follow this black mark in the middle. Modulate between the brake and the throttle there. Only gently. A little confidence lift from me there. Stay right. Get over this apex. Once you can down, a little bit of throttle. Ease up again. And keep it really smooth through that section. Gobble up this apex here. Okay, now flat. Keep it flat. Just be confident that the car is going to, if you grab those apexes, you're going to find it okay. Under the bridge. We're going to keep it flat through these S's as well. That's it. Keep it nice and flat. Get over to this apex, so don't kill yourself getting over there. Keep it steady for this right hand section. I paused it when I shouldn't have, but I really don't want you to lose it on that, what looks like an easy turn. Okay, bring the car speed down, because this apex does not matter. This apex matters. There you go. The sooner you can get on that throttle, this long straight will open up. If you mess that section up coming in, it's not going to feel like a lot of time, but coming down this straight in the skippy, you're going to lose a couple of positions because of the toe from guys behind who got a much better exit speed. So the oak tree and that right so far, just be super cautious. It's all about the exit for those. Okay, on this left, the left isn't important. Keep the car controlled and straight for this right. You're going to want to get on the throttle as early as possible here. I do a little confidence left here because I was actually quite far over. I should have opened the car up more. Off the throttle here for like 50%. Once you're at the apex, jab that throttle back down and it will pull. You get the bit of understeer, which is what you're looking for on the exit there. And then try not to scrub off too much speed. Head on down the straight and smile, because I mean, personally, this has been my personal hardest week in Skippy, so I'm looking forward to getting a race done here. But I really hope you enjoy the video, and I hope it helped. Let me know in the comments. I would have liked to push for a faster lap time, but hopefully a 2:10.552 is going to help you guys out. But yeah, let me know in the comments if it helps. I'll be doing a Skippy race real soon at this circuit, so look out for that. Make sure you're subscribed. But all the best. Let me know your lap times. Let me know how you get on. I'll be excited to hear. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like, hit the like button. Sub if you want to see my next video, which will be a Skippy race. And all the best. Alright, catch you in the next one. Thanks guys. Goodbye.